Today our channel wants to share with you the stories that happened on the Bold and the Beautiful on October 30th. If you want to know what happened, watch this video. From the sizzling tension between a therapist and her patient to the ripple effects of a surprise engagement, this installment is a masterclass in soap opera suspense. If you're a fan of the show, you won't want to miss a second, but if you do, buckle up as we dive deep into the day's explosive events, expanding on every whisper, glance, and confrontation that left audiences gasping. Today, we're unpacking the stories that unfolded on this fateful Thursday, revealing layers of backstory, character motivations, and potential fallout that make this episode one for the ages. The perilous dance of boundaries, Taylor and Deacon's forbidden spark. At the heart of October 30th's drama beats the erratically thumping pulse of an unlikely connection that threatens to ignite a firestorm in the already volatile Forrester and Sharp circles. Dr. Taylor Hayes, the poised psychiatrist who's seen it all from murder plots to marital meltdowns, finds herself in uncharted territory with her patient, Deacon Sharp. For weeks now, Taylor has been counseling Deacon through the wreckage of his marriage to the infamous Sheila Carter, a woman whose history of violence reads like a thriller novel, toe-cutting escapades, shootings, and enough lies to fill a confessional. But on this day, the professional line blurs into something dangerously personal, turning a routine therapy session into a scene straight out of a romance novel gone rogue. Picture the setting: Taylor's sleek office, bathed in the soft glow of afternoon light filtering through floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the bustling LA skyline. The air is thick with unspoken tension, the kind that crackles like electricity before a storm. Taylor, ever the professional, enters the session determined to reset boundaries after a week of increasingly intimate exchanges. She's dressed in her signature Power Arteria crisp white blouse tucked into a tailored pencil skirt, her hair pulled back in a no-nonsense bun that screams doctor mode. But beneath that composed exterior, memories of past heartbreaks with Ridge Forrester, the eternal love of her life, who's now entangled with Brooke Logan yet again, simmer like an unresolved chord in a symphony. Deacon, on the other hand, arrives disheveled and raw, his usual bar owner swagger replaced by the vulnerability of a man on the edge. Clad in a rumpled leather jacket over a simple black shirt, he slumps into the leather armchair opposite Taylor, his eyes shadowed by the weight of betrayal. Their marriage to Sheila, once a surprising beacon of redemption for the reformed bad boy, has crumbled under the revelation of Sheila's deceptions involving Luna Nazawa, granddaughter who's become a pawn in family feuds. Deacon's voice, gravelly and laced with desperation, breaks the silence as he confronts Taylor head-on. Why can't you let go of Ridge Forrester? Why cling to the ghosts of the past when new happiness is right here, staring you in the face? The words hang in the air like a challenge, a gauntlet thrown down in the sacred space of therapy. Taylor's eyes widen, a flicker of surprise crossing her features before she steels herself. But Deacon presses on, his chair creaking as he leans forward, closing the physical distance that mirrors the emotional one. You've been through hell with him, betrayals, endless triangles. Don't you deserve more? Don't we both? His tone is a mix of empathy and self-interest born from his own marital turmoil. Taylor, caught off guard, feels the dam of her emotions crack. Tears well up unbidden, tracing salty paths down her cheeks as the floodgates of pent-up grief open. Ridge, the man who's been her anchor and her tormentor for decades, represents a love that's as intoxicating as it is destructive. The Logans, Brooke especially, have always been the interloper in that saga, pulling Ridge away time and again. In a moment that could define the episode and perhaps the season, Deacon rises from his seat, his movements fluid and instinctive. He closes the gap between them, standing mere inches from Taylor, his hand gently reaching out to wipe away her tears with the pad of his thumb. The touch is tender, electric, sending a shiver through both of them. Their faces are so close now that breaths mingle, the world outside the office fading into irrelevance. The camera lingers on this intimate tableau, Taylor's lips parted in vulnerability, Deacon's eyes dark with a hunger that's equal parts compassion and desire. It looks, without a doubt, like the prelude to a kiss of forbiddance union that would shatter professional ethics and personal histories alike. But do they cross that final line? The episode teases the audience mercilessly, building to a crescendo of anticipation. In a heart-stopping beat, their lips brush perhaps just a peck, fleeting and charged with regret, or maybe they pull back at the last second, the almost kiss hanging like a sword of Damocles. Regardless, the impact is seismic. Taylor recoils, her hand flying to her mouth as realization dawns. "I've crossed the line," she whispers, her voice trembling with a mix of horror and exhilaration. This can't happen. I need to reset the boundaries. For both our sakes." Deacon, breathing heavily, nods but can't hide the spark in his eyes. This moment isn't just a slip, it's a catalyst. Taylor, haunted by her own romantic failures, begins to question if Deacon's words hold truth. Could this rough-around-the-edges man, with his checkered past, offer the fresh start she's denied herself? Expanding on this, let's delve into the backstory that makes this scene so potent. Taylor's history with Ridge dates back to the show's early days, a roller coaster of passion, jealousy, and resurrection, literally, given past plot twists. Ridge's infamous flip-flopping between Taylor and Brooke has left scars that run deep, turning Taylor into a woman who's armored herself with professionalism. Deacon, meanwhile, has evolved from the villain who once schemed against the Forresters to a man seeking redemption through his marriage to Sheila. But Sheila's dark secreture obsession with Finnegan, her violent tendency shave eroded that foundation. This therapy session, meant to heal Deacon's marital wounds, has instead exposed Taylor's own. Viewers can't help but wonder, is this the beginning of a new power couple, or a recipe for disaster? The drama escalates as we consider the ripple effects, Ridge's reaction if he learns of this, Brooke's inevitable meddling, and the ethical quandary for Taylor's practice. In a show where boundaries are made to be broken, this near kiss promises months of fallout, jealousy, and perhaps even a full-blown affair that could redefine alliances. Sheila's desperate quest, hunting for Deacon amid shadows of doom. While Taylor and Deacon teeter on the brink of impropriety, the episode's undercurrent of menace comes courtesy of none other than Sheila Carter, the soap's perennial villainess whose return always spells trouble. On October 30th, Sheila is on a Missiona frantic, almost feral search for her estranged husband, Deacon, as she clings to the fraying threads of their marriage. Sheila, with her signature red hair and eyes that gleam with calculated madness, isn't one to go down without a fight. Dressed in a sleek black ensemble that hugs her figure like a second skin, she prowls the streets of LA, her mind a whirlwind of desperation and delusion. Her goal? To salvage what remains of her union with Deacon before it's too late. Sheila's pleas earlier in the week echo in her thoughts. "Don't write me off as the monster liar, the shooter, the toe cutter. I did it all for us, for love." But Deacon's growing distance, fueled by revelations about Luna's deceptions and Sheila's role in hiding truths, has pushed him away. Sheila's search leads her through familiar haunts. El Giardino, Deacon's restaurant, where staff avert their eyes knowingly, the Forrester Creations building, where whispers of Deacon's therapy sessions circulate like gossip in a beehive. The tension builds as she contemplates following him straight to Taylor's officio move that could explode the budding chemistry into a full-blown confrontation. Imagine the scene, Sheila slipping through the corridors of the medical building, her heels clicking like a ticking bomb. Does she arrive just in time to witness the tearful, intimate moment between Deacon and Taylor? The episode hints at it, with Sheila pausing outside the door, ear pressed to the wood, her face contorting in rage as she overhears fragments of conversation. New happiness. Forget the past. The words twist like a knife. Sheila's jealousy, already simmering from earlier threats to kill Taylor if Deacon strays, boils over. She's no stranger to violence. Her history includes shooting Finn, faking deaths, and manipulating everyone from Steffi to Lee Finnegan. If she catches them too close, the consequences could be dire. A jealous outburst, a physical altercation, or worse, a plot to eliminate the competition. To add layers of intrigue, Sheila's day includes a pivotal reconnection with Lee Finnegan, Finn's no-nonsense mother, who's been grappling with her own family betrayals. The two women, unlikely allies bound by their shared disappointment in Luna, meet in a dimly lit cafe, the air heavy with unspoken accusations. Lee, portrayed with steely resolve, corners Sheila. "You've poisoned everything, Luna. Finn, now Deacon." "How do you sleep at night?" Sheila, ever the manipulator, counters with crocodile tears. "I was trying to protect our family." "Luna's alive because of me." Their conversation, fraught with tension, reveals Sheila's vulnerability, a rare glimpse into the woman behind the monster. But it also foreshadows danger. Lee warns Sheila to back off from Taylor, sensing the psychiatrist's growing influence. As the episode progresses, Sheila's search intensifies, her determination to save her marriage masking a darker intent. Will she burst into Taylor's office, gun in hand, or play the long game with subtle sabotage? This storyline, rich with psychological depth, reminds us why Sheila remains the bold and the beautiful's most electrifying antagonist. Their actions could shatter multiple lives in an instant. Delving deeper, Sheila's arc this week ties into broader themes of redemption and relapse. Married to Deacon in a surprising twist last year, she briefly seemed reformed, but old habits die hard. Her obsession with control, stemming from a traumatic backstory of abandonment and crime, drives her to extreme measures. Fans speculate that her pursuit of Deacon might lead to a shocking twist. Perhaps she overhears the near-kiss and Vaz revenge, targeting not just Taylor but the entire Forrester clan. With more scenes promised for Lee on Thursday, their alliance could either redeem Sheila or propel her into further villainy, setting up a November sweeps cliffhanger that's impossible to predict. Joy, jealousy, and family bonds. Hope and Liam's engagement ripples through LA. Shifting from shadowy intrigue to sparkling romance, October 30th brings the sweet aftermath of Hope Logan and Liam Spencer's whirlwind engagement, a union that's as celebrated as it is controversial. The couple, whose on-again, off-again saga has spanned years of passion, heartbreak, and interference from the likes of Steffi Forrester and Thomas Forrester, announced their betrothal just days prior, and the news spreads like wildfire. On this episode, reactions pour in, starting with Carter Walton and Daphne Walton siblings, whose own tangled dynamics add spice to the mix. Carter, the steadfast lawyer and former fiancé to Hope, receives the news in the opulent boardroom of Forrester Creations. Dressed in a sharp suit that accentuates his brooding intensity, he processes the information with a poker face that cracks ever so slightly. Hope's rapid pivot from their engagement, sparked by her rekindled feelings for Liam after a father-daughter dance with Beth, leaves Carter disappointed, a pang of regret flashing in his eyes. "She moved so fast." Another ring on her finger, he mutters to himself, the words laced with quiet resignation. Backstory here is crucial. Carter proposed to Hope amid the chaos of her divorce from Liam, offering stability in a sea of drama. But Liam's persistence, coupled with Hope's lingering love, proved too strong. Carter's reaction isn't outright anger, but a subtle melancholy, hinting at unresolved feelings that could brew future conflict. Enter Daphne, Carter's sister, whose joy is as unfiltered as her ambition. With her vibrant energy and designer flair, she beams out the news, her happiness twofold: relief for Hope's stability and, secretly, an opportunity to claim Carter for herself. Daphne's crush on her brother has been a whispered undercurrent, taboo and intense, and Hope's departure from the picture opens the door. "I'm so happy for them," she says to Carter, her hand lingering on his arm a beat too long, eyes sparkling with ulterior motives. Their scene together is charged with candid conversation turning flirtatious, with Daphne probing, "Now that Hope's taken, maybe it's time you focused on family." The implications are dramatic, potentially igniting a scandalous Walton sibling storyline that pushes ethical boundaries. Meanwhile, the episode dedicates tender moments to Beth Spencer and her parents, Hope and Liam, reinforcing the family core at the heart of their reunion. In a sunlit park scene, Beth, the wide-eyed daughter who's witnessed too much parental turmoil, bounces with excitement. "Mommy and Daddy are getting married again," she exclaims, hugging a stuffed animal that symbolizes her innocence. Hope, radiant in a flowing sundress, and Liam, ever the devoted dad in casual jeans and a Henley, share knowing smiles. Their interactions are detailed and heartfelt. Liam lifting Beth onto his shoulders for a piggyback ride, Hope capturing the moment on her phone, whispers of future planned wedding dates. family vacations. This subplot expands on the engagement's emotional stakes. Beth's joy is a balm for past pains, like Liam's infidelity flings and Hope's dalliances with Thomas. But drama lurks. Will Steffi's jealousy rear its head, or will external threats like Sheila's chaos intrude on their bliss? To flesh this out further, Hope and Liam's engagement isn't just a plot point. It's a culmination of seasons of turmoil. Liam's proposal on October 27th, ring in hand amid Brooke's living room, was a tearjerker, with Hope apologizing for past mistakes. By October 30th, the news has reached Bill Spencer, Liam's powerful father, who offers booming approval, strengthening family ties. Yet, undercurrents of doubt persist. Carter's disappointment could lead to professional sabotage at Forrester, while Daphne's glee masks possessive intentions. Scenes with Beth highlight themes of healing, showing how children bear the brunt of adult dramas. This romantic arc, while uplifting, is laced with foreshadowing. Will the engagement survive the week's escalating threats? Weaving the threads, interconnected fates, and looming shadows. As October 30th draws to a close, the episode masterfully interconnects these storylines, hinting at collisions to come. Taylor's boundary crisis with Deacon echoes Hope's quick engagement, both women grappling with impulsive hearts. Sheila's hunt for Deacon ties into the family discussions, as Hope and her brother Deke earlier in the week confront him about Sheila's toxicity, urging divorce. Lee's scenes with Sheila add layers of maternal worrying, paralleling Beth's innocence. The Forrester world buzzes with the hope for the future relaunch, but personal dramas threaten to derail it. In a dramatic montage finale, we see Sheila approaching Taylor's building, her face a mask of fury. Carter staring at Hope's engagement photo with conflicted eyes, and Liam, Hope, and Beth laughing under the sunset, oblivious to storms brewing. This episode clocks in at over 40 minutes of non-stop intensity, but its impact lingers, setting up explosive developments. Final thoughts. Why October 30th leaves us breathless. The Bold and the Beautiful on October 30th, 2025 is a tour de force of emotion, blending steamy tension, villainous pursuits, and familial warmth into a narrative tapestry that's longer on depth than ever. Taylor and Deacon's almost kiss is the dramatic pinnacle, a moment that could redefine redemption arcs. Sheila's desperate search injects thriller elements, while Hope and Liam's engagement reactions add romantic intrigue. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe my channel for more updates on the Bold and the Beautiful.